Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. It's Wednesday, new comic book day. Time to go get your comics. I'm going to give you a preview of the books coming out the following Wednesday, next Wednesday, the 26th of July. Kind of give you a preview of what I'm looking for, the books I might be looking to pick up. Some of them I already grabbed from Midtown, so I'll go over that, give you full disclosure on that. All right, let's jump into it. We're using Midtown here. Let's pull up the books for next week. We're starting off with Dark Horse, Oddly Pedestrian Life of Christopher Chaos. Kind of a long title. James Tynion production. Sometimes the second printings do well. I did grab the second print here off Midtown. You just never know. I don't know that there's a lot of people that really are collecting this book. And obviously, you see that Tinian spreads himself pretty well. He's got a Image book, he's got a Dark Horse book, he's got Boom Studios. He's pretty much with all the independent comic book publishers that you can think of. Well, not all of them, but he's with several of the larger comic book independent publishers. But obviously, he's not with really DC much anymore. I think his last project was what was he? I think he was doing the Sandman universe, if I remember right. I think he's done with that now. So I don't know if he's got any upcoming projects with DC or Marvel. I don't think so. So it's pretty much independent titles. So the second printing might be worth picking up. I haven't read the story yet. I never even picked up the first print. I'm just guessing that the second print might be a lower print run. I could be wrong, but that's the reason I grabbed it. Lower print run. All right, the other one from Dark Horse that looked interesting, Star Wars Hyperspace Stories #6. I like the B cover by Gary Cord. I'm sorry, Carrie Nord. I mean, who doesn't like Jabba grabbing Greedo by the throat, about to throw him in the Sarlacc pit? It's just a cool cover. Total cover buy. I've not been reading that series consistently, but I definitely think that B cover could sell out. It's a cool cover. All right, moving on to DC. Batman Beyond Neo Gothic #1. Bunch of covers on this one. The only one I really like is the Ruan cover. And of course, it's $67. I don't know if this is a 1 in 75. I'm assuming it's a 1 in 75 cover. So this might be fairly hard to find out there. I don't know a lot of shops that are going to go super heavy on Batman Beyond. I don't think there's a huge collecting base for that. Let's see. Let's move down the road, down the line here. Batman, the Brave and the Bold #3. I do like this B cover by Mitch Gerads. Kind of cool. I like the lightning in the background. It's just a interesting composition. Moving down the list here. Looks like they're rebooting the Neon Ink for Night Terrors #1. So this is the D cover. I'm assuming they've got the printing issues fixed at the printer. So there was a recalled issue of this. I think it's going for $15 to $20 on eBay now, but where basically that green neon color didn't show up. So if you like that green neon, maybe they've corrected it now with the printer. Night Terrors #2, the Matina cover, B cover's nice. And you've also got a neon ink for issue 2 as well. Let's move down the list. I'm not going to highlight all of these, just the covers that kind of stood out. I do like this Night Terrors Action Comics #1, the Otto Schmidt Power Girl cover. That one's pretty cool. And of course, the Ivan Tao cover is awesome. This is Night Terrors Angel Breaker. That's a total cover buy. I did pre-order that one in advance. I also like the Lyrics Lee cover. I think that one's really awesome. Some really good cover. I mean, DC's great at covers. Got some beautiful covers coming out next week, but are they going to be a good read? I don't know. I don't know about this new Night Terrors series. We'll have to see. All right. Night Terrors Harley Quinn. Of course, the B cover by Frizen is something I pre-order. I pretty much pre-order all the regular Frizen covers that I can. Another good cover by her. I don't know what's going on. Is this Beast Boy? Christian Ward cover looks interesting. I think that's Beast Boy. Looks like he's having an episode. And of course, I have to mention that the Dustin Nugent covers, a lot of them are pretty nice. They're red covers. Almost too much red, though. I don't know. It's a lot of red and black. Poison Ivy Uncovered #1. Yeah, that Christian Ward cover's awesome. I pre-ordered that. It's again another red cover. Christian Ward just killed it on that one. So that's by far my favorite. I think the Jerky incentive cover is also pretty nice. There's also a Dan Mora 1 in 50. They don't have the cover shown on that one. Superman Last Days of Lex Luthor. The Sam Raimi, or Chris Samney cover rather looks. It's definitely got that. What was his name? Cook, Dwayne Cook, Darwin Cook feel. I think it's Darwin. Passed away several years ago. It has that feel of the art though for it. Moving on to Dynamite Entertainment. Looks like 007 for King and Country 4. The Chuma Hill cover is sold out. Betty Page, Deja Thoris. I don't think I'm picking anything up from this publisher, but there's too many books to collect these days. By the way, that Scar, I did collect only got the first issue of Disney Villain Scar because of the Delato cover, but it was a good read. I enjoyed the read on it, so that's probably a good one to pick up in trade paperback. I don't know. I think the read on it's pretty decent though. Chuck Brown seems to be doing a good job on it. Bunch of covers though. Pick the one that you like. There's a ton of them. Elvira in Monsterland #3 will be out next week. I think the photo cover is probably going to be the favorite. Virgin photo cover, especially if you can get her to. She's still alive. She's still kicking. I think she's in her 60s now. I think every couple of years she has to get her breasts redone. Pretty sure. I don't know. Her breasts look like 20-year-olds. I don't know. That's something magical about that. Gargoyles Dark Angels #1, the Clayton Crane cover. Looks like this is a limited edition for $45. That's available. There's a Nakayama cover for that as well, and an Amanda Connor cover. All $45 each. Still available at Midtown. Vampirilla versus Superpowers. I kind of dig the Vampirilla looking up at Frankenstein. Is that Frankenstein? Oh, it's not Frankenstein. It's just some guy that she drained of blood. But at first I thought, is that Frankenstein but of course he's a lot taller. At first I thought it was Frankenstein, but I think it's just somebody that she drained all the blood from. He kind of looks like Frankenstein a little bit now. All right, let's move through all these. I don't really collect too many Dynamite Entertainment books ever. IDW Publishing, Godzilla, Monsters and Protectors, Summer Smash for you Godzilla fans. My Little Pony, Pony Camp, Big Hoof. There is a 1 in, I don't know, there's a 1 in 25. That one is sold out at Midtown. Believe it or not, there is a group of rabid collectors of My Little Pony comic books. Just like Sonic the Hedgehog, there's definitely a collecting base of people. And if it's an incentive cover that's fairly hard to get, it's definitely going to go fast on Midtown. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Usagi Yojimbo, issue 5 is out next week. It's a bunch of nice covers. I think the Stan Saki covers it was really good. That incentive cover, that black and white, looks pretty nice. This one also looks pretty good. This is the David Peterson cover. That must be a 1 in 50. And then there is a 1 in 100 by Kevin Eastman. For you Eastman fans. Image, Bone Orchard Mythos Tenement number 2. Jeff Lemire always has good writing. That's probably always a good series to pick up. And you've got Sorrentino art. Just the 2 covers there. Let's see what else. I'm not going to mention all of the books coming out from Image. New number 1, Pure Evil. Oh, I'm sorry, Per Evil. Little cat-based theme there. Mirka Andolfo is the writer, and you got Laura Braga doing the interior art. There is a Souza Mayaka cover. I think that's cover D. It's okay. It's nothing fantastic. Scorch number 20. Yeah, the J.H. Williams cover is really nice. The Von Randall cover looks also pretty good. World Tree issue 4 will be out next week. Looking forward to reading that. That's definitely one of my favorite reads right now. The first 2 issues that I read were fantastic. And I just like James Tynion. What can I say? He's good. I believe I pre-ordered that Dan Quintana cover. That one's pretty nice. And there's also a 1 in 100 Michael, is it Delinas cover? Homage to Wind, I think. I think that's a Wind homage. That's it for Image. Moving on to Marvel. All new Marvel Now .1 facsimile edition will be out. So if you don't have the original and you don't want to spend the, what is it, $50 to $75 for that original? I don't know. I think it goes for around that. You can pick up the facsimile. It's a nice cover by Betsy Cola there on Hellfire. The Hellfire Amazing Spider-Man number 30. Let me page through some of this. The Black Panther second printing incentive cover by Raza is sold out. $76. Holy crap. I mean, some of these have done well. So I was, $50, $60 seems reasonable, but $76 just seems outrageous. Outrageous. I don't know what this is going to go for on eBay. I hope for the person that paid $76 for it that it's going to be going for well over 100. I mean, obviously, it's going to be fairly limited. I don't think a lot of shops are going for 25 copies of a second printing, but I don't know. $76 just seems very, very steep. That's more than 3 times the ratio. Basically, it's 3 times ratio, which is crazy. Crazy. 2 times is kind of high. So now you're approaching 3 times. Forget it. Ghost Rider number 16. I like the E.M. Gist cover. I definitely like that cover. So that's one to look for. What's up with the Hulk issue 2 wearing a tie? Okay. I don't get that cover, but whatever. I think the Linnell Francis Yu cover is pretty nice. I like how the trees are kind of making the face of the Hulk there. That's just a well-designed cover. I like that a lot. It's pretty cool. Invincible Iron Man number 8. The Cale No cover is nice as well. Again, I don't pick up a whole lot of Marvel books these days. Yeah, a handful here and there. Scarlet Witch Annual number 1. There is a second printing incentive cover by Jim Chung, still available at Midtown for $76. I don't know. It's a decent cover, but again, that just seems like an outrageous price to pay. She-Hulk number 15. No one really reads She-Hulk these days, but yeah, it's a nice Bartel cover. Writer is Rainbow Rowell. Rainbow. Think her parents were hippies? Just a guess. There's also a Jeff DeCall cover. Jeff DeCall likes to give his women some nice hips. Good cover there by him. Silk #3 will be out. Another second printing, Spider-Man India #1, second printing. Again, these second printings might be worth grabbing just because print run's a lot lower. So it might be worth grabbing one and sticking it in your collection. Star Wars Darth Vader, black, white, and red #4. I really like the Tony Daniel cover. I mean, that's just a great cover by Tony Daniel. So, yeah, that was the one I grabbed. Star Wars Return of the Jedi Rebellion. This was not available from Midtown last week, so they ended up getting it this week. Apparently, they must have had enough orders. This is a 1 in 100. $157. I don't know. It's a good Ryan Brown cover. I don't really care for Admiral Akbar. I don't know. It's just kind of a weird cover. Not for me. I did pick up the Stormtroopers cover by Ryan Brown though for Empire. That was really good. Star Wars Mandalorian Season 2, #2. I think I picked this up. This is the Casper Wingard cover. There's also a second printing of #35 of Star Wars. Again, sometimes these second prints end up doing well. Ultimate Invasion issue 2 will be out. The Tedesco cover kind of looks cool. Got a Miles Morales with the headphones on. Very nice. Venom #23 is out. A nice cover by Lashley. There's also a Virgin 1 in 100 incentive on that as well. So if you like, well, see, they want 135 for it. That might be a 1 in 150. Maybe it's a 1 in 100. I'm not too sure. There's also a Virgin Insignia Virgin cover for $180. What If Spider-Gwen #1? There's a nice Rose Besh cover. And also a Virgin Incentive cover. It's a 1 in 100. Notice the price increase on that. It's a cool cover. I mean, there's a lot of Rose Besh fans, so that was probably a good pickup at Ratio if you could find it in pre-orders. Wolverine #35. Yeah, the John Guion cover's awesome. You can tell his covers right away, can't you? It's got that style. All right. X-Men book that no one cares about. That's it for Marvel. Moving on, lastly to Independence. Boom Studios has a new book, Alice Never After #1. There's a B cover by Frizen. There's also a incentive Virgin cover by Frizen. $13.50 is pretty cheap. The only problem with Boom Studios is they basically print to order off their website. So they definitely compete with their retail partners, right? If you're a LCS, you're competing against Boom Studios' own online shop where they sell comic books directly to customers. And they don't really care about scarcity or print runs. They just print a bunch out, and when they sell, and if they don't, I guess they don't care. So just be aware of that on this book. There's also a couple of incentive covers by Sean Murphy and by Dan Panosian. All still available at Midtown. All right. There's a few more to highlight here. Berserker Poetry of Madness. This is a one-shot. I really enjoyed this Berserker series. Keanu Reeves he's a good writer. Who would have known? And you've got some awesome art covers here. The Travis cover's nice. the Croce, is it Croce? Steve Croce? Croce? I can't pronounce his name. I think I pre-ordered this black and white by Travis, and also the David Aja cover. I believe I pre-ordered that as well. Man, there's a Virgin foil cover by David Mack, 135 bucks. And there's also a black and white incentive cover. I think that's a one per store. Looks like someone grabbed that already. That looks kind of cool. Children of the Comet. This is a new series from Sumerian Comics. There's a bunch of covers. I do like this. Is it Man House? I like that cover. I dig the coloring on that. So that is one that I grabbed. Just total cover buy on that. I don't know if the series is any good. I think this other one's pretty good too. This Damian Connolly cover. That's pretty good. Damian Connolly Savior. What a name that is. It kind of has a psychedelic feel to it. I like that cover too. Okay. Let me, I think we're almost near the end here. Oh, I did grab this one from Midtown. Dead by Daylight, #1, the second print, black and white Jay Lee cover. Just looks like a good cover, and second printing should be a little lower print run. Expanse Dragon Tooth #4. I do like this Christian Ward cover. Very nice. Let's see. Almost at the end here. Carnal Confessions #3. This Alan Qua cover is pretty cool. Oh, so you're jumping through a wall of, is that a wall of honey? I don't know what that is. It's interesting though. All right, let me load a few more. Marvel and DC blank connecting art signed and remarked by Mariano Nietzsche. That one's gone from Midtown. They probably only had that one little copy. Neighbors #5, another Boom Studios book. I do like the Mimnit Malavia cover. I like that cover a lot. I believe I pre-ordered that. I think there's one or two other books that I liked that I'm going to mention here. I think there's a Rick and Morty book that looked cool. Ribbon Queen. Yeah, Rick and Morty #7. Regular A and B cover. There's also a C cover, a D incentive cover. I believe that's a 1 in 10. And a 1 in 25 cover still available. I just think this cover looks crazy. It's like an abstract piece of artwork. I like it. I don't know, it's weird. By Rafer Roberts. I'll have to keep my eye on a Rafer. I'll have to check out his Instagram. Maybe I can have him come on the live stream. I don't think people are beating down the doors to talk to Rafer Roberts, are they? I don't think so. Maybe I can get him to come on, talk about his crazy art. Oh, here's the other one that I picked up. Seasons Have Teeth #4. I think this is going to be the winter season, right? I think the first one was spring, then summer. Maybe this is fall. I'm not too sure. Just a cool looking cover though. Yeah, this Sebastian Firamara. Is it Firamara? Man, he's been on point. I mean, that's just a great cover. So I'm not surprised it sold out at Midtown. All right. I think that might have been it. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. So that's kind of what I thought looked interesting. It's coming out next week, guys. Let me just recognize a couple people in the chat. We got GTK Comic. He's stopping to say hello. We got Boondocks 90. Good to see you, my friend. Um, GTK Comic says, I have not read a truly compelling comic book since 1987. No offense to almost 40 years of comic book writing. Wow, that's a statement. Um, I think every year there's a storyline that I read that's pretty good. World Tree's been great. Something is Killing the Children's a great read. Um, yeah, I don't think I share your viewpoint on that, my friend. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of wokeness in the comic book, a lot of SJWs in the comic book industry that's been well documented. It's also spurred the careers of comic book pros that have come out of the comic book industry, like Ethan Van Sciver, Shane Davis, right? There's a bunch of them that have basically left the what's considered mainstream, right? Marvel, DC. You get the two big ones, Marvel and DC. Third would be Image, probably. Everyone else is just a minor player, and now you got this direct to customer, comic book creator direct to customer relationship with Kickstarter. And I've purchased a couple Kickstarter books. I bought that Lady Death Kickstarter package. I just also picked up a Adam Hughes cover that's going to be exclusive through a Kickstarter called Trigger Girl. There's a Kickstarter campaign on that. So if you're interested in that, I think there's still some spaces left if you dig the Adam Hughes cover. I think it's $60 is the price of that Kickstarter. So check out, I think it's an app you can download to your phone called Kickstarter. So, all right, guys, that's what I had for you. Those are the books coming out next Wednesday. If I missed something, please leave that in the comments. And I always respond to everybody that leaves a comment. So I appreciate everybody that's tuning in. I know most of you are going to watch this on a replay. I will try to do a live stream tomorrow evening. I don't think I have any plans, so I do plan on doing a live stream. I'm going to maybe, I've not had any success in setting up my extra camera. It's almost making me think eventually I may start doing live streams on TikTok. Maybe I'll create I mean, I do have a Justice for Comics TikTok, but I don't really post anything on there. But maybe I'll use that platform for my live streams because I know on TikTok I can do live streams and I can use two cameras. So something to think about. Maybe if I do one through TikTok, it's going to be mainly just the drawing episodes where I'm going to do a sketch drawing and I'll do a giveaway on the sketch drawing. I'll have to figure out how to do it. I'm not the greatest at technology, but I'm pretty sure I could figure out how to do it. Just enroll everyone's username that's watching the live stream, and have a randomizer choose a name, and boom, that person gets the sketch drawing. That's a good way to do it. So that's something I'm thinking about doing. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm still playing with the idea. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.